Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we hold on to things not because they lift us up, but because we're afraid to let them go. But you cannot fly if you're gripping the chains that keep you grounded. You want a better life? Then let's talk about 9 things you need to release starting now. 1. Let go of fear. Fear, it's the quiet thief that steals dreams in the middle of the night. It doesn't always roar. Sometimes it just whispers softly enough for you to believe it's your own voice. It says, "You can't do that. What if you fail? Or what if you fail? Or what if they laugh?" And too often, we listen. We let that voice sit in the driver's seat, steering us away from the things we were born to do. But let me tell you something. Fear is not real. Danger, danger is real. But fear is just your imagination, painting worst-case scenarios on blank canvases. It's the enemy of potential, the enemy of progress, the enemy of your purpose. And if you don't stand up to it, it will trap you in a life that's smaller than the one you were meant to live. Some of us stay in bad relationships, not because we don't know our worth, but because we fear being alone. Some of us stay in dead-end jobs, not because we lack ambition, but because we fear taking a leap into the unknown. We settle, we shrink, we play it safe, and every day that fear robs us of the fire we carry inside. But here's the truth. The life you want is on the other side of fear. Fear. The person you're becoming, they're waiting for you to take that first step, trembling or not. You don't have to be fearless to succeed. You just have to move in spite of the fear. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action in its presence. Think about every breakthrough you've ever had, every powerful moment of growth. It didn't happen when you were comfortable. It happened when you did something that scared you. You spoke up, you showed up, you risked something, and you survived. Fear only wins when you don't try. So talk back to it. Face it. So look it in the eye and say, "You don't get to decide who I am." Because once you stop letting fear make your choices, you start living your truth. So let it go. You don't need it anymore. Let it go and take your life back. 2, let go of doubt. Doubt is quiet. It doesn't come crash in like thunder. It creeps in slow, smooth, like a shadow moving across your confidence. One day you're dreaming big, full of fire, full of belief. And the next, you hear that voice. Are you really good enough? Who do you think you are? You'll never make it. That's doubt. And if you don't check it, it'll take root. It'll settle in your mind and make a home there, living rent-free while it tears you down from the inside out. Doubt makes you hesitate when you should leap. It makes you walk away from opportunities you prayed for because you don't think you deserve them. It's the reason you haven't started that business, the reason you haven't told your story, the reason your dream is still sitting on the shelf, collecting dust. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how gifted, how called, if doubt is driving the car, your dream never leaves the driveway. But let me ask you this. How long are you going to keep questioning what's already inside you? How long are you going to dim your light just to make others comfortable? How long will you keep shrinking your vision because you're afraid of failing? Listen, your doubt doesn't come from truth. It comes from fear, from comparison, from wounds that haven't healed, but it is not the truth. The truth is you've already survived things you thought would break you. You've already overcome battles no one even knows about. You're still here. You're still standing. And there's a reason for that. You've got something in you, something real, something rare, but it can't shine if you keep second-guessing every step. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever could, because at least failure teaches. Doubt just steals. So stop asking for permission to be great. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Start trusting that if the vision is in you, then the power to carry it out is in you too. Speak life over yourself. Stand tall in your purpose. And when doubt starts talking, talk louder. Let it go. Let it all go. Because once you believe in you, everything starts to shift. 3, let go of the past, the past. It can be a heavy thing to carry. We all have one. We all have moments we wish we could erase, words we wish we could take back, mistakes that replay in our minds like a movie on repeat, on repeat. And sometimes even the good parts, the times that felt perfect, become chains when we hold on too tightly. But here's the truth. The past is a place of reference, not residence. You're not meant to live there. What happened, happened. You can't undo it. You can't rewind it. And the more you replay it, the more power you give it over your present. The pain, the regret, the betrayal, the failure, yes, it hurt. Yes, it shaped you, but it doesn't define you. You are not your worst day. You are not your biggest mistake. You are not what they did to you. You are what you choose to become in spite of it. Too many people are dragging the past into their future like baggage they're afraid to put down. but you can't receive what's ahead if your hands are full of what's behind. Healing doesn't mean forgetting, it means learning. Forgetting it means learning. It means accepting that it happened and deciding you won't let it control you anymore. You don't heal by hiding the wound. You heal by facing it, forgiving it, and finally releasing it. And let's be real, sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself, but Ooh. You've got to show yourself the same grace you'd give to someone you love, because until you do, you'll keep living through the lens of your old self, never giving your future self a real shot. So take a deep breath. Look at everything you've been through, not with shame, but with honor. You're still here. You're stronger now, wiser, softer in the right places, tougher in the right ones. That's growth. That's resilience. Don't let the past steal one more day from you. Close that chapter not because it wasn't important, but because the story isn't over. Your future is waiting, and it can't begin until you stop rereading what's already been written. Let it go and step into the life that's still ahead of you. 4. Let go of excuses. Excuses are easy. They're comfortable. They give us something to hide behind when we're afraid to take responsibility. I didn't have time. I didn't have the right connections. I didn't know where to start. But listen closely. Excuses might sound like protection, but they're actually just barriers dressed in disguise. Every time you make one, you hand your power over to something outside of yourself. And just like that, your dream gets delayed again. The truth is, you can either have excuses or you can have results, but you can't have both. Success doesn't wait on perfect conditions. It doesn't care if you're tired, if your schedule is packed, or if you're scared. The world rewards action. Even messy action, even imperfect effort, because motion creates momentum and momentum brings change. Now, I get it, life is real. You've got responsibilities, setbacks, fears, maybe even trauma. I'm not here to minimize that, but excuses will keep you surviving instead of thriving. They'll have you spinning in circles, stuck in the same place year after year, wondering why nothing's changing. And the answer is simple. You can't grow if you're always explaining why you can't move. If it matters to you, you'll find a way. If it doesn't, you'll find an excuse. You'll find an excuse. That's the line right there. And yeah, that's tough love, but it's love all the same. Because you've got something in you that this world needs. A gift, a voice, a purpose. And every time you let an excuse speak louder than your potential, you rob the world of what only you can bring. Stop waiting for permission. Stop blaming your past, your parents, your boss, the economy, the algorithm. Own your story, own your hustle, own your vision. The minute you stop pointing fingers and start looking in the mirror, that's the minute your life begins to change. So today, drop the excuses, all of them. Replace them with action. Replace them with discipline. Replace them with belief. Your future isn't built by what you say you'll do. It's built by what you actually do. Let go of the stories that hold you back. Because once you stop explaining why you haven't, you'll start discovering how you can. 5, let go of toxic people. Some people aren't meant to go where you're headed. And the truth is, not everyone in your life is good for your life. You can love someone and still recognize they're not healthy for your peace, your purpose, or your growth. Toxic people don't always come with warning labels. Sometimes they come disguised as friends, lovers, even family, smiling in your face while draining your energy behind your back. They'll belittle your dreams, question your worth, manipulate your kindness. And the longer you hold on, the heavier they become. You start to doubt yourself. You start to shrink to keep the peace. You keep giving chances to people who wouldn't offer you one. And slowly, you lose pieces of yourself in the name of loyalty. But hear this, protecting your peace is not selfish. Setting boundaries is not disrespectful. Loving someone from a distance is still love. You don't owe anyone permanent space in your life just because they've been there a long time. Time doesn't equal value. Energy does. Respect does. Consistency does. The people you surround yourself with should fuel your fire, not smother it. If they only show up to take but never pour back in, it's time to let go. Release them not with anger but with wisdom. Your environment matters. And if you want to grow, heal, and evolve, you need to make space for people who bring light, not darkness. Let them go. Your future deserves better company. 6, let go of perfection. Perfection is a prison. It's the lie that says you have to get everything right before you can start, before you can speak up, before you can be proud of yourself. But here's the truth. Perfection doesn't exist. It's an illusion, a moving target. No matter how close you get, it always shifts just out of reach. And if you keep chasing it, you'll waste your life waiting instead of living. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be present. You need to show up as you are, flaws and all, because that's where real power lives. Growth comes from the doing, from the failing, from the failing, from the figuring it out as you go. Waiting until it's perfect keeps you stuck. And deep down, perfection is usually fear in disguise, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough, fear of being seen. But people don't connect with perfect, they connect with real. With the cracks, the missteps, the humanity. So let go of the need to always have the right answer, the perfect plan, the flawless appearance. It's not about being polished, it's about being authentic. Start the business before it's perfect. Share the art before it's flawless. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Because every masterpiece began as a rough draft. Let go of the pressure to perform and embrace the freedom to grow, because progress beats perfection every single time. And when you finally drop the weight of needing to be perfect, you'll rise into the person you were always meant to be. 7. Let go of comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. Every time you look at someone else's life and measure it against your own, you rob yourself of your own value. We live in a world full of highlight reels, social media feeds, success stories, curated images of perfect lives. And while it's easy to fall into the trap, remember this, those snapshots don't tell the whole story. You're seeing the polished, not the process. The truth is, no one is running the same race as you. It's time to let go so you can rise.